right before COVID, I'm sure like many others, like there was so much cool shit set to happen for me. We were selling out shows at the Belly Room at the Comedy Store. Like it was, and then now I'm back. I'm back in it, and I was living in my car in LA for 3 years before that. Like and then
like sleeping in your car, sleeping in there
like,
too.
Yeah, up until they shut LA down, March 13th, I was in my fucking car, and then like I was here for like 4 days after they shut everything down, and I wasn't doing much. I was literally at my friend's house, like doing drugs on the couch, and I was like, I'm not really feeling like an artist anymore. I think I'm just a drug addict. So I was like, I'll go home. I was like, it didn't feel good. I was like,
really, what gave it away?
Everybody else was like, fuck yeah, COVID, dude, let's just do drugs. And like after 3 days, I was like, but what do I do for work? Like, what am I, who am I now?
Yeah,
drugs,
my purpose.
And they were like,
you were like living in your car, like sleeping there, clothes there.
Yeah.
Where did you shower and stuff?
24-hour fitness every morning. Yeah.
And where would you park to sleep?
Neighborhoods, like just find a neighborhood.
And what was the purpose of, what was going on? Like, why did you?
I own a condo in Las Vegas, and it's not like some super expensive condo, but I have bills there. I have a mortgage and all that shit. And I'm like, I could be one of your people. I'm so fucking cheap. Like, you don't even know. Like, I'm fucking, oh my God. Like nothing makes my dick harder than saving money. Like,
me too.
Man,
I got to tell you, Katharyn and I have had conversations because I think she expected me to be more like one of those people. And I'm like, right. Cause so I think this is the fun part about being Jewish is everyone's like, you guys are so cheap. And I'm like, I leave my finances to the universe. And like,
I'm so nervous.
And Katharyn's like, did you account for the $2.14 tax that was going to go? And I'm like, oh, but babe, like, just let go, abundance. And she's like, oh my God.
It's fine. I'm a Gemini.
Yeah. I'm like, the universe has my back, But so wait, were you paying for your condo in Vegas while you were living in LA? Like you weren't subletting?
Yeah. Well, so I moved my sister into one of the bedrooms. So she was paying half the bills, but I was still paying those bills or half the bills there. Plus, why what?
Why didn't you just sublet it completely and not pay?
Because word to the wise, when you buy a condo, the HOA has like they're fucking Nazis about like who gets the fucking like literal Nazis. Like
I was like Nazis.
Understand how big of not like
this is turning me on all this Jew Nazi talk. I'm like, oh, I'm wet. It's kind of early.
There's like a renter's cap, and you have to like they have to only a certain amount of people can rent and own. Which like I get it. The places they take care of the place, so whatever. But so I had to like low key rent out to my sister, and so I'm paying bills there. And I'm like in LA, I started doing shows for the Marine Corps, and I would rent a van, load it up with comics, and we would go drive out to do a show. And I had to buy all this production gear. I'm producing other shows. So I'm taking all my money that I'm making and spending it on trying to do cooler shit in LA and figure out how to get more stage time. And I'm just losing money in LA. I'm literally just paying to perform, like having to produce my own shows, free shows, blah, blah, blah. I'm paying to go to Fringe, shit like that. So I'm just spending all my money trying to hustle and do fun shit that makes me better at comedy in LA. So living in the car was fine. Like it was a good trade-off, it wasn't like, it was like, when I started coming to LA on the weekends, and I was like, I saw right away. Cause I'm a dive bar comic from Vegas. Like my comedy is good for like smoky rooms and people who have like really like to laugh at sexual assault, So so
you entertain rapists. That's like your whole thing. Yeah.
I mean, I don't entertain rapists. I'm entertaining to rapists. But I come to LA and I start seeing all these guys go up in these clubs and they're so good. And I'm like, oh man, I got to get the fuck out of Las Vegas.
Right.
And it was worth it. I was like, I could move to LA, live in my car, save money, keep my place in Vegas, and I can get better at comedy and be around all these people that are like hustling. And honestly, I would have moved to New York if it would have been closer. I should have fucking moved to New York. I wish I would have moved to New York. I still think about moving to New York every day.
New York is still here. And I got to tell you, it feels like a really good time to move to New York.
Here's my problem with New York City is if I move to New York City, I'm either going to get killed or I'm going to kill somebody. Like what I hear about the crime and people robbing people, that shit upsets me so bad. I want to move to New York and just kill people that are being bad people. It makes me want to be Batman, dude. Like can't believe
it's not like that though.
Bad shit going on. Dude, you're a liar. I hear it all the time from people. all I hear from people about New York, I hear three things. I hear the weather is gonna fucking make you hate your life.
I love
that. And you're gonna get robbed.
No,
but the comedy is the best in the world.
Yes.